This is a DJ's worst nightmare. Nobody mentions this, but these things happen because rules are broken. Rules you only learn after spending years in the industry. So let me save you the time and break down the unspoken rules of DJing that beginners break all the time. But before we get to leveling up your credibility as a DJ, I'm gonna level up your DJ setup for free because I'm giving away this DDG FLX 4. To win, all you have to do is like the video, subscribe, drop a comment below, and click the first link in the description. The winner will be contacted by this specific email. Anyway, let's get started. First unspoken rule, don't train spot. Imagine you're mid-set, about to drop a track you know will go crazy, and suddenly, DJs are peeking over your shoulder trying to identify it. That's train spotting. So train spotting is the act of intentionally and invasively looking at another DJ's media to spot the song or remix they're using. Crowding around someone's space, especially when they're mixing, is often regarded to be highly irritating and somewhat rude. So instead of invading one's personal space and privacy, if you really can't find the song a DJ is playing using apps like Shazam, choose to be respectful instead and just ask the DJ what song they're playing. Second unspoken rule, don't mess with another DJ's setup, especially when they're DJing.
I just wanna fucking bitch.
So you also have to show respect in the workplace. After all, even if the club is a perfect place to let loose and enjoy, you're still there to work, and so are your fellow DJs. So by all means, never touch another DJ's setup while they're working the decks. This one all boils down to respect. When another DJ is crafting their set, they want to be in control of their style, techniques, and transitions. Deliberately messing with their settings and gear could lead to them messing up their transition, their vision for their set, or worse, an actual blow up behind the decks. So, respect your fellow DJs. Give them the boundaries they deserve while they're working their craft, and don't invade their personal space. Failing to do so will damage your own reputation and most likely get you barred from ever DJing in that venue again. Third unspoken rule, always make contracts. So this one isn't as exciting or juicy as the previous ones, but it's one of the most underrated unspoken rules out there. Having a contract safeguards you from a multitude of possible scenarios that could result in you getting scammed or having your gear damaged without reprimand. So the best way all parties can ensure they get what they want is to make a contract that delineates all the details of the deal. Some of the essential details and clauses in the contract are performance date and time, set duration, technical rider so you know who's providing the gear, your performance fee, and of course, when you're getting paid. And a bonus here would be gear damage clauses. Like if someone spills anything on your gear, or if an audience member or the venue damages your gear accidentally.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
If ever this happens, at least with a contract, you'll be insured you're getting paid. So to better protect yourself, your gear, and be more professional, always make contracts. And if you want some contract templates, I've linked a few down below. Fourth unspoken rule, Don't redline.
You know, people ask me all the time if redlining is really that bad, and the honest answer, it doesn't make any difference to the quality of the sound. As you can see, I can turn it all the way up, and even though it's clipping, the sound is perfectly fine. So if you're not redlining, you're not headlining.
If you think that redlining is headlining, then you're making a big mistake. Redlining is when you push your volume meters into the red, which clips your audio and results in distortion. So instead of hearing your tracks like this, your audience is getting hit with this. And while it might sound fine in your home studio or through your headphones, once you're playing on a professional setup with speakers that cost more than a house, redlining clips everything and introduces distortion. Now for the DJ nerds saying, don't worry, mixers have limiters and auto gain. Sure, but that doesn't make it okay to redline. Those tools indeed help, but they don't fix everything, especially if the root problem is you and your mismanagement of music. Now, for those of you watching festival DJs slam into the red, trust me, the audio engineers are not happy. You see, their job is to make sure the sound coming out of the speakers is clean. But when a DJ redlines, you're sending them a distorted signal, and no amount of EQ or mixing can fully fix that. So instead of keeping your VU meters pinned in the red, just use your trim or gain knob properly and keep your levels sitting nicely between green and yellow or the equivalent. Because at the end of the day, it's about sounding better, not louder. And if loudness and clarity are still in question, then it comes down to using speakers that deliver clear, balanced sound at proper levels. And as a mobile DJ, portability matters too. And that's why I use the Electro Voice E Verse 8 because it lets me hear my mixes clearly without needing to push everything into the red. So it's compact, battery powered, and easy to bring anywhere. Perfect for mobile setups like ceremonies or cocktail hours or even weddings or intimate events. Plus, even at proper gain levels, it delivers clean, balanced sound so your mixes still hit without needing to push anything into the red. On top of that, it's also weather resistant, so outdoor gigs are less of a stress. And with Bluetooth and app control, you can dial in your sound or make adjustments on the fly without being stuck at the speaker. Plus, with its built-in mixer and DSP control, you can fine-tune your sound properly instead of relying on just cranking the volume. So for these speakers, I got mine from Guitar Center because they simply offer the best deal. And there's a huge promotion going right now with live sound equipment. So expect the lowest and best prices for mixers, speakers, microphones, and so much more. And these items can all be demoed in-store. Plus, if you're looking for even better prices, you can check out the used section for not only live sound gear, but DJ gear as well. So if you're looking for a speaker that helps you sound good without redlining and is easy to take anywhere, definitely check it out. Links are down below. Fifth unspoken rule: coordinate the crossover. Communication is key in helping make the world go round, and the same can be applied to the world of DJing. When playing back-to-back with another DJ, it's important that you get to know each other and coordinate how you're going to tackle the crossover. The crossover coordination is fairly simple and straightforward. Just ask your fellow DJ how many songs they have left, which track is going to be their last, and how long they'd like their last track to play out. This will give you ample time to figure out what your first song is going to be, how much time you have to set up, which deck you're playing from, and what time you'll do the crossover. All of this will ensure seamless change of the guard with the music continuously pumping for your crowd. Failing to coordinate the crossover usually results in overstepped boundaries. Setting up mid-mix or while the other DJ still hasn't finished their set without any communication whatsoever is just plain rude. So respect their vision for their set as they would yours. 6th unspoken rule: know your role in the night. Oh boy, this may be the most often broken unspoken rule in the DJ industry. Many of us were once young, eager DJs, excited to play banger after banger, hit after hit, and show the world what we could bring to the decks. Except we all did this to the wrong audience. Knowing your role in the night goes beyond turning up and playing music. You'll need to adjust and create your set list to match your time slot's energy, and especially to avoid overstepping on your fellow DJ's set. For example, if you're booked to do an opening set, you're not supposed to start with heavy EDM or the biggest hits. For this opening set, your role is to help warm up the club for all of the night's patrons. So starting off with lighter genres like house or R&B will help ease in what the night has in store. This also gives your audience time to mingle, get some drinks, and settle into the club environment. Likewise, if you're headlining the night during the primetime slot, then by all means, do your thing and go nuts. Bottom line, if you're DJing, know your role in helping put together a great night so everyone, from the audience to your fellow DJs, is having a good time. 7th unspoken rule, always be punctual.
DJ etiquette thing y'all talking about?
It's different things. You got
Showing up on time.
yeah, DJ
Wait.
That's the whole other. You know what?
Showing up on time.
One of the quickest ways to irk your fellow DJs is to arrive just in time. Not on time, but 5 minutes before you're set to go on. What's wrong with this, you may ask? You're technically early for your set time, and that's enough time to cross over from the previous DJ. While this is true, technically speaking, arriving right in the nick of time robs you of many things. For one, you won't have any idea what the DJ before you just played, so you risk playing the exact same track they just played a few minutes ago. Another thing, you'll be hurrying up to set up your gear, so instead of arriving fresh and ready to play, you'll be distracted, scrambling to organize everything, and most likely not be in the right frame of mind to DJ. This also opens up the potential to make grave errors while setting up, like unplugging the wrong cable by mistake, or worse, ejecting the other DJ's USB.
This is my house.
Oh yeah, you took mine. Instead of being pressed for time, always try to arrive at least 30 minutes before your set time. This gives you the opportunity to check the venue's vibe, see what songs are resonating with the crowd, see how many people are in the venue, and hear what songs the DJ before you has played. All these factors will allow you to formulate your angle of attack for your set. 8th unspoken rule, always have backups. At the rate DJ technology is moving forward, we rely on more and more conduits to help make your setups work. Controllers need RCA or XLR cables, laptops need USB-C or printer cables, and CDJs need USBs. Even headphones need different jacks for different equipment. This is where having backups comes in. Nowadays, it's always advisable to carry a spare set of cables, USBs, or any other device you frequently use in your backup should something go wrong in a set. This way, you avert crisis if a cable suddenly breaks on you, or a CDJ refuses to read a certain USB. Ninth unspoken rule, never play rip music. Riding on the coattails of the rules on redlining, as DJs, we're entrusted by the club to control the quality of our music. Now this doesn't just apply to volume, but also to the quality of the music itself. And that's why as DJs, we should never play rip tracks because things like this could happen.
The second Hardwell exclusive will be the second release of Revealed in 2017. Can you guess which artist this is?
Plus, it's really embarrassing if you're caught with someone else's ID on your track. First, one should know that songs downloaded or ripped from YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, etc. are highly compressed copies that are already downgraded from their master files. These tracks are made for commercial playback. So instead of, let's say, buying an original painting, what you're getting is a screenshot of the scanned photo of that same painting. So in playing ripped music, you're simply subjecting your audience to a copy of a copy of a copy. Now, while these tracks may sound fine on your home computer speakers, this loop of compressions will ultimately affect the output quality of your tracks, especially when played through large venue-grade speakers that really expose your track's quality. So instead of sounding warm and crisp to your audience as a professional DJ should, they'll sound tinny and flat. And on top of sounding like crap, rip tracks aren't DJ friendly. And what I mean by this is that they just start immediately making smooth mixing impossible. The ideal type of track you want is one that has an extended beat intro and an extended beat outro, because those extra beats at the start and end of the song will give you enough time to beat match and mix. And we refer to those types of tracks as extended edits. And these extended edits are only available for download from DJ record pools. And you can think of DJ record pools as huge libraries of music of all genres where DJs can download all the tracks they could ever need. And these high quality tracks can range from radio edits, to remixes, to instrumentals, to acapellas, and to tracks with extended intros and outros. So check the links down below for the best record pool deals right now and get a huge discount by using the coupon code DJ Carlo when you sign up. Final unspoken rule, don't play the same track twice. You'd think this was common sense, but many DJs out there still don't know about this one. Never play the same song twice in one set. So imagine you're at a party and the DJ's been throwing out banger after banger. But then you hear the same track you just heard 15 minutes ago and wonder, didn't I just hear this? That's the kind of deja vu you don't want to subject your audience to when doing a set. With such a rich tapestry of music out there and an endless selection of tracks, why would anyone play the same song twice in one set? As a DJ, it's your job to curate and select music. And if you're playing the same song twice in a set, you're just being lazy. So do your research and properly prepare for your gig. A quick tip to get the tracks you need for your specific night would be to check out DJ Record Pool's curated playlist made by DJs for DJs. So these paid DJs already did the hard work, so all you have to do now is just download away. And with that said, your credibility as a DJ has just gone up. But if you want to level up your skills in DJing even further, check out this video next.